Joining me now from Washington is Clifford May. He's president of the Foundation for the Defense of Democracies. He's joining us to talk about the meetings, among other things, that are taking place today in Washington. Clifford, President Obama is meeting with military leaders of anti-ISIS groups, the coalition. What do you think they're hoping to achieve today?
Well, I think if they're being candid with themselves, they know that the current strategy, if it is a strategy, to, as President Obama said, degrade and ultimately destroy ISIS or the Islamic State, that's what it calls itself, is not working. If you look at what's happened since the bombing began, the Islamic State has continued to expand, to gobble up more territory. It's dangerously close to taking the Kurdish Syrian city of Kobani. We expect or fear a great slaughter if that occurs. So you probably need to talk about a change of direction. What else you can do? What more can you do? Is there not enough bombing taking place, or do you need other military components and weapons involved in this effort? Right now, what's being done is not working.
And is the elephant in the room the whole issue of ground troops? How do they get around that?
Well, ground troops maybe. Look, where you can, I would argue that where you can support those who want to fight the jihadis, you should. And I think the biggest mistake made to date is that we have not been supporting to the hilt the Kurdish fighters who want to take on ISIS, the Islamic State, both in Kobani and in other places. They are using antiquated weapons, whereas the Islamic State are using modern American weapons stolen from the Iraqi army. I talked to a couple of Kurdish leaders in exile just yesterday. They have been, for a very, very long time, saying, just arm us, we'll do the fighting on the ground there. Now, should they and would they like to have advisors? I think they absolutely would like to have advisors. And I think advisors can help them. And you do need some experts on the ground to help direct the bombing and gain the intelligence. All of that is necessary. Doesn't mean you need to bring in the infantry and the tanks from America or from Canada or from the UK. There are other things you can do that we should be doing. And again, I think that's why you need more than just drones, more than just bombs. You need a strategy that says this is how we are going to degrade and ultimately destroy this group. And I would argue other jihadi groups around the world that are also a problem and should be looked at as such.
So we learned over the weekend that Turkey was agreeable to training moderate Syrian rebels on Turkish soil. No details yet. Are we starting to see more involvement by Turkey?
Hard to say. Look, on the one hand, the training should have taken place a long time ago. It was 4 years ago this spring that pretty much the entire national security team that Obama had at that point, Hillary Clinton, General Petraeus, Leon Panetta, and others, said, look, we need to train and work with the nationalist Syrian opposition to Bashar al-Assad. And President Obama said, no, we're not going to do that. To train them now, well, it should be done, but don't expect any very quick results. Turkey is in particular ambiguous when it comes to Kobani and the Syrian Kurds, because they are a group that are aligned with some Turkish Kurds who the Turks see as their enemies. So they've been ambivalent and not very, and look, the Turks have not been very helpful, and they've not been a good ally in all sorts of ways. One hopes they're becoming more involved, hopes they're becoming more cooperative, but so far you cannot give Turkey good marks as an ally in the fight against ISIS or the Islamic State.
Clifford May, thank you very much.
Thank you.